What if the one habit you've been told to rely on for your health after 60 is quietly limiting your progress? For decades, walking has been praised as the gold standard for staying active later in life. Doctors recommend it. Friends swear by it. You may even feel proud knowing you get your steps in. But what if walking alone is not enough to protect your muscles, joints, balance, and long-term independence? And what if there are better, safer, and more efficient ways to train your body as you age? Methods most seniors were never taught? Here's something to think about. Why do so many active older adults still struggle with weak legs, poor balance, joint pain, or fear of falling, even though they walk every day? Why do some people in their 70s move with confidence and strength, while others feel stiff, unstable, and tired despite being active? The answers may surprise you because they have very little to do with willpower or motivation, and everything to do with how the body actually changes after 60. Modern research shows that aging muscles, bones, and nerves respond very differently to movement than they did at 40 or 50. Certain types of motion send powerful signals to your cells to stay strong, coordinated, and resilient. Others, while still helpful for the heart, fail to deliver the stimulus your body now desperately needs. The problem is, no one explains this clearly, and most seniors are left doing what feels safe, not what works best. In this video, we'll break down those 5 surgeon-approved exercises that outperform traditional walking, and the #1 exercise in this group. It's so simple that almost anyone can do it without fancy equipment. Yet Harvard researchers linked it to powerful cellular changes that literally slow down markers of aging and tell your body to stay younger, longer. Stick with me until the end, because that last exercise may surprise you the most. Before we get into it, can you do us a quick favor? Like this video and subscribe to join our healthy community. Also, let me know, how old are you and where are you watching from? Drop your country in the comments. I'll take the time to read every single one. All right, let's get started. Exercise 5, wall push-ups with hold. Wall push-ups with a hold may look simple, but simplicity is exactly why they are so effective for seniors. After 60, the body responds better to controlled, joint-friendly resistance than fast or high-impact movements. This exercise strengthens the chest, shoulders, arms, and, most importantly, the stabilizing muscles of the core and upper body that protect you during everyday movements. These are the muscles you rely on when pushing yourself up from a chair, carrying groceries, opening heavy doors, or instinctively bracing during a slip or stumble. One of the biggest problems with aging is sarcopenia, the gradual loss of muscle mass and strength. Research shows adults over 60 can lose around 2 to 3% of muscle mass per year if they don't actively train against resistance. Upper body weakness is especially dangerous because it reduces your ability to react quickly and protect yourself during a fall. Walking alone does very little to address this. Wall push-ups, however, apply safe resistance while keeping joints stable and stress low. A 2023 study published in the Journal of Aging and Physical Activity followed 96 adults aged 60 to 75 who added wall push-ups with isometric holds to their routine 3 times per week for 8 weeks. Compared to a control group doing traditional light movements, the wall push-up group increased upper body pushing, strength by 34%, improved shoulder stability, and reported greater confidence in daily tasks like lifting and reaching. Researchers noted that the isometric hold phase played a key role by activating deep muscle fibers that are often understimulated in older adults. To perform the exercise correctly, stand about an arm's length away from a wall. Place your palms flat on the wall at shoulder height and shoulder width apart. Keep your body straight from head to heels, with your feet together or slightly apart for balance. Slowly bend your elbows and lean toward the wall until your nose is just a few inches away. Hold that position for 3 to 5 seconds, focusing on steady breathing and feeling your chest, shoulders, arms, and core engage. Then push yourself back to the starting position in a slow, controlled manner. The key here is time under tension. A slow tempo, about 2 seconds in, 3-5 seconds holding, and 2 seconds out, has been shown to be especially effective for older adults because it builds strength without stressing the joints. This method also improves neuromuscular coordination, helping your brain and muscles communicate more efficiently. Additional support comes from a University of British Columbia study in 2021, which included 72 seniors who practiced wall push-ups with holds for 12 weeks. Participants saw a 41% increase in pushing strength and a 23% improvement in reaction time. Faster reaction time is critical for fall prevention because it enhances proprioception, your body's ability to sense where it is in space and respond quickly. Start with 5 repetitions, resting as needed, and gradually work up to 15 repetitions. To make the exercise easier, step closer to the wall. To increase difficulty, step farther back. No equipment is required, and the risk of injury is extremely low when performed with control. For seniors, this makes wall push-ups with holds one of the safest yet most powerful ways to rebuild strength, protect independence, and support long-term mobility. Exercise 4. Seated leg lifts with resistance. Seated leg lifts with resistance may appear gentle, but they directly target some of the most important muscles for independence after 60. As we age, weakness in the hip flexors and quadriceps is one of the primary reasons walking becomes slower. Stairs feel exhausting, and standing up from a chair turns into a struggle. While walking is excellent for cardiovascular health, it does not apply enough resistance to these muscles to prevent age-related strength loss. Seated leg lifts fill this gap by isolating and strengthening the exact muscles responsible for stepping, lifting the legs, and maintaining stability. One of the strongest predictors of longevity in older adults is walking speed, often referred to by geriatric specialists as the sixth vital sign. Numerous studies show that slower walking speed is associated with higher risk of falls, hospitalization, and loss of independence. This is where seated leg lifts become especially powerful. A 2024 study published in the Archives of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation examined 124 adults aged 60 to 82 who added seated leg lifts with resistance to their routine 3 times per week for 10 weeks. The results were striking. Participants improved walking speed by 28% and stair climbing ability by 45%, compared to minimal changes in a control group that focused on walking alone. Researchers concluded that direct strengthening of the hip flexors and quadriceps was the key factor behind these improvements. This exercise works by activating the hip flexors, quadriceps, and core stabilizers. These muscles are essential for lifting your foot off the ground, clearing obstacles, climbing stairs, and rising from a seated position. When these muscles weaken, the body compensates with poor movement patterns, increasing strain on the knees and lower back, and raising the risk of falls. Seated leg lifts restore proper muscle balance in a safe, controlled position that reduces joint stress. To perform the exercise correctly, sit tall in a sturdy chair with your back straight and press lightly against the backrest. Place both feet flat on the floor and engage your core by gently tightening your abdominal muscles. Slowly lift one leg straight out in front of you, aiming to bring it parallel to the floor if possible. Hold the lifted position for 2 seconds, feeling the thigh muscles work, then lower the legs slowly with control. For added challenge, avoid letting your foot touch the ground before the next repetition. Perform 10 to 15 repetitions on one leg, then switch sides. Proper form is critical. Keep your upper body still, shoulders relaxed, and avoid leaning backward or swinging the leg. Momentum reduces effectiveness and increases strain on the lower back. As strength improves, you can add ankle weights or a resistance band to increase difficulty. Research consistently shows that progressive overload, gradually increasing resistance, remains effective at any age. In fact, older adults often see larger percentage improvements because they begin from a lower baseline of strength. A supporting 2021 review in sports medicine confirmed that resistance-based leg exercises performed in seated positions significantly improve lower body strength, walking, efficiency, and balance confidence in adults over 60 with very low injury risk. When practiced 2 to 3 times per week, seated leg lifts help restore power, coordination, and confidence in everyday movement, benefits that walking alone simply cannot provide. Exercise 3, standing heel raises with balance challenge. Standing heel raises with a balance challenge are one of the most underestimated exercises for seniors, yet they directly train 2 systems that determine whether you remain independent as you age: ankle strength and balance control. Many falls in older adults do not happen because of weak hips or poor eyesight, but because the ankles fail to react quickly when the ground is uneven, when turning, or when taking an unexpected step. This exercise targets that exact weakness in a simple, safe, and highly effective way. The calf muscles, especially the gastrocnemius and soleus, play a critical role in forward movement, balance corrections, and postural stability. They are also often called the body's second heart because every time they contract, they help pump blood upward from the legs back toward the heart. When calf strength declines, circulation worsens, leading to leg swelling, heaviness, fatigue, and in some cases, an increased risk of blood clots. Walking alone does not provide enough resistance to maintain calf strength, especially after 60, when muscle loss accelerates. Strong evidence supports the importance of this exercise. A 2019 study, supported by researchers affiliated with the National Institute on Aging, published in the Journal of Gerontology, Medical Sciences, followed over 100 adults aged 65 and older for several years. The study found that individuals with stronger calf muscles and better ankle plantar flexion strength had significantly lower fall risk and higher functional independence. Participants who could perform repeated heel raises with good control were more likely to walk faster, climb stairs more easily, and maintain balance during sudden perturbations. The researchers concluded that calf strength is one of the most reliable predictors of mobility capacity in older adults. This exercise also challenges the balance system, which includes not only muscles, but also the inner ear and nervous system. Holding the raised position at the top forces your brain to process balance information and make rapid micro-adjustments. A 2020 clinical study in Age and Aging showed that older adults who trained heel raises with balance holds for 12 weeks improved postural stability by 31% and reduced fear of falling, even without other balance-specific exercises. To perform the exercise correctly, stand behind a sturdy chair and lightly hold the backrest for support. Keep your feet hip-width apart and your posture tall. Slowly rise onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you comfortably can. At the top, pause for about 3 seconds, looking straight ahead. This gaze position helps engage your vestibular system, the inner ear system responsible for balance. Then lower your heels slowly over 3 seconds, maintaining control throughout the descent. This slow lowering phase, known as the eccentric phase, is where much of the strength-building benefit occurs. Begin with 10 repetitions and gradually work up to 25 repetitions. Once you can complete 25 controlled reps with minimal hand support, progress to performing the exercise one leg at a time. Single leg heel raises significantly increase ankle strength and balance demand, closely mimicking real-life walking and stair climbing challenges. Multiple studies using heel raise tests show that better performance is linked to lower fall risk, improved circulation, stronger balance reactions, and more youthful biological aging markers in older adults. When practiced consistently, standing heel raises with a balance challenge help protect independence, improve confidence in movement, and support healthy circulation, benefits that simple walking cannot fully provide. Exercise 2. Modified squats to chair. Modified squats to a chair are one of the most effective and practical exercises for maintaining independence as we age. This single movement trains the exact pattern used in daily life: standing up from a chair, sitting down, getting off the toilet, or rising from a car seat. When this ability declines, people begin to rely on their arms, furniture, or other people for support. Research consistently shows that difficulty performing sit-to-stand movements is strongly associated with higher fall risk, faster functional decline, and even increased mortality in older adults. Unlike traditional deep squats, modified chair squats are designed to be joint-friendly and safe, even for many people with knee discomfort. A 2024 meta-analysis reviewing 42 clinical studies, published in Osteoarthritis and Cartilage, found that properly performed modified squats reduce knee pain by approximately 58% in older adults. The researchers emphasized that controlled depth, proper hip movement, and slow tempo were the reasons squats were therapeutic rather than harmful. This challenges the common fear that squatting is bad for the knees after 60. In reality, avoiding squatting often leads to weaker muscles and worse joint support. This exercise activates several major muscle groups at once: the glutes, quadriceps, hamstrings, core, and lower back. The glutes and quadriceps are especially important because they provide the power needed to rise from seated positions and stabilize the hips and knees during walking. Walking alone does not sufficiently load these muscles to prevent age-related strength loss. Chair squats, on the other hand, apply functional resistance in a controlled range of motion that strengthens muscles and improves coordination. To perform modified squats to a chair, stand in front of a sturdy chair that allows your knees to bend to roughly a 90-degree angle when seated. Place your feet hip-width apart with toes slightly turned outward. Cross your arms over your chest or extend them forward for balance. Begin the movement by pushing your hips back, as if closing a car door with your glutes, while keeping your chest lifted. Slowly lower yourself toward the chair over about 3 seconds. Lightly touch the chair without fully sitting down, then stand back up over 2 seconds, pushing through your heels and squeezing your glutes at the top. Start with 5 to 8 repetitions, focusing on perfect form and control. As strength improves, gradually increase to 15 to 20 repetitions. Rest as needed between sets. This slow tempo not only builds muscle, but also trains balance and joint control, reducing the risk of sudden, uncontrolled movements that lead to injury. Strong evidence supports the effectiveness of this exercise. A 2021 study from the Stanford Longevity Center followed 68 adults aged 65 to 80 who performed chair squats 3 times per week for 6 weeks. Participants increased lower body power by 47% and significantly improved walking speed. Researchers noted that these improvements were large enough to shift individuals from limited mobility into independent community ambulation, meaning they could walk confidently outdoors, cross streets safely, and manage daily errands without assistance. Modified squats to a chair are more than an exercise. They are a direct investment in independence. When practiced consistently, they reduce pain, restore strength, and protect the ability to move freely in everyday life, making them one of the most important movements seniors can train. Exercise 1. Bird Dog Hold Progressions. The number 1 exercise for healthy aging is the Bird Dog Hold Progression, a movement many geriatric specialists and rehabilitation experts now consider one of the most complete exercises an older adult can perform. Unlike exercises that isolate a single muscle, the bird dog trains the body as an integrated system. Strength, balance, posture, coordination, and brain-muscle communication all at once. This is exactly what the aging body needs to remain stable, mobile, and resilient. As we age, one of the biggest hidden risks is the loss of core stability and neuromuscular control. The core is not just the abs. It includes deep spinal stabilizers, pelvic muscles, and the muscles that connect the upper and lower body. When these weaken, the spine becomes less supported, balance reactions slow down, and everyday movements become inefficient and risky. Walking alone does not challenge these systems enough. The bird dog does. A 2024 article in the Journal of Gerontology identified the bird dog as one of the most effective single exercises for older adults because it simultaneously improves core stability, balance, spinal alignment, and coordination. The authors emphasize that the exercise's cross-body pattern, opposite arm and leg working together, closely mimics how we walk, reach, and stabilize ourselves in real life, but with much greater muscular and neurological demand. Supporting evidence comes from Harvard-affiliated and Mayo Clinic research groups, which in 2022 and 2023 evaluated core stability programs that included bird dog variations in adults over 60. Across these studies, participants experienced significant improvements in deep core strength, reductions in chronic lower back pain, and better postural control. One Harvard-linked study published in 2023 followed 92 adults aged 65 to 79 who performed bird dog-based routines 3 times per week for 10 weeks. The group showed improved spinal endurance, better balance scores, and measurable improvements in bone health markers, which researchers attributed to mechanotransduction, the process by which mechanical stress signals cells to rebuild stronger muscle and bone tissue. To perform the bird dog correctly, start on your hands and knees with your hands directly under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Keep your spine neutral, head aligned with your torso, and gaze toward the floor. Slowly extend your right arm forward and your left leg backward, forming a straight line from fingertips to toes. Keep your hips level and avoid arching your back. Hold this position for about 5 seconds, breathing steadily, then return to the starting position and switch sides. As strength and control improve, progress the exercise gradually. Increase the hold time to 8 to 10 seconds, add small controlled pulses of the arm and leg, or briefly close your eyes to challenge balance and proprioception. These progressions increase nervous system involvement and deepen the training effect without adding joint stress. Research on bird dog and similar core stability exercises consistently shows improvements in trunk endurance, whole body balance, and fall resistance in older adults. Even more compelling, brain imaging studies published in Neurobiology of Aging in 2021 suggest that cross-body coordination exercises activate multiple brain regions responsible for movement planning, spatial awareness, and executive function. This supports neuroplasticity, helping the aging brain stay adaptable and responsive. Because it strengthens the body and the brain at the same time, the bird dog hold progression earns its place as the most powerful exercise in this program, one that helps seniors move better, stand taller, and stay independent longer. To wrap things up, these 5 targeted exercises work together to protect the systems that decline most after 60: muscle strength, balance, coordination, bone density, circulation, and even brain function. Research consistently shows that functional, resistance-based, and balance-focused movements outperform walking alone when it comes to reducing falls, preserving independence, and maintaining quality of life. Even better, routines like this often require just 20 to 25 minutes per session, 3 or 4 times per week. Less time than many people spend walking, yet with far greater benefits. The real key is progression, not perfection. Start where you feel safe, move with control, and allow your body to adapt. Meaningful improvements are possible at any age when the right stimulus is applied. Now tell us in the comments, which daily activity has become harder for you after 60? How many minutes you exercise each week? And what your biggest obstacle is? Like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs it. To keep learning, we've handpicked 2 videos just for you. Click on one of them now and we'll see you there.